Peace, love, and light. How y'all doing? Healing through inspiration. God dang, nigga, you get on my nerves, bro. Freaking dog trying to get a hold of this leash. And put my glove back off. See the sun, if y'all can see it in the background. Sun shining, grand rising to y'all, grand rising. Wherever y'all at, you hear me? It's whatever. There you go. I think I can see it. Yeah, the sun. Had to get some sun, man. You know, it's getting a little warmer today. You know what I mean? Just over here thinking, you know, just end up paying my hotel room a couple of days. It's supposed to be a couple of days, but she ended up paying for she doing 3, so whatever. I just kind of let it be. If I need to check back out, check back in, you know. Made some phone calls the other day, you know, to help get some moves situated and whatnot. This nigga only wants to whine as I'm recording. I swear to gosh. I'm talking about my freaking dog. But anyways, man. But you know, I just wanted it, cause you know, I just wanted to cut this on until, like I said, I'm gonna keep you updated. As far as with the narcissistic Hoover, you know, ever since that, today as I went to go pay, front desk lady, she was telling me today, like, this is a different one. She said, yes, such and such, you know, the other worker, front desk worker, told you about your aunt or whatever, called or whatever. I'm like, yeah, like that bitch. Yeah, she trying to call. They sent the police to do a wellness check, and they were like, he's fine. He doesn't need a wellness check. He's a grown man. He pays his bills. He's fine. He doesn't need a wellness check. So then they came. It was just like, that's why I was telling y'all how the police. They see like, you know, they could like pretty much care less, really. I'm like, it wasn't nothing freaking wrong. I'm like, I didn't want to talk to those bitches, and they know that. You know, stuff like that. They still know that, and they think this stuff is like it's a freaking game. And you know, you see how they do so much. So let me put my hood back on because it is cold. Even though it is getting warmer, but it is cold. They think just because like they do so much to try to get you back in their awful world. Their awful world, you know, their awful cult, you know. It's like, and I'm done with that because I'm the one who saw the light. I'm the one who saw the light. And you know, I knew things weren't right. And I was just actually talking about too, like, you know, because I was just thinking about how I am and just thinking about how I was growing up, you know, just detoxing the mind, constantly heals itself. You know, I always had to be like on some, kind of like on some low key type of stuff. You hear me? You know, growing up, you know, it's kind of like, you know, like with my money, you know, always, you know, never really telling people how much you got or what's that, because my biological father, he's a junkie. It's lottery tickets, you know, gambling addiction. So he'll always be like, hey, you got $20? And you got, hey, can I buy 20? He'll always pull me to my room and he's like, hey, go talk to you. Let me go $20. You know, you doing this to a freaking child. And you know what? And I used to tell Rose, and this is my father, you know, and I would tell Rose, and that's my biological mother, her husband. And I would be telling her that. She's like, don't give him no money. I told you not to give him. How the frick you gonna tell a child, his own father, this nigga lives in the same house as me, not to give him money when he asks? This is already, our authority figure has already been set in place. And you gonna tell him not to do something when he asks? Like, that's an unaccountable bitch. Unaccountable bitch. You know what this motherfucker does, but the bitch could care less. And it's sometimes, and it'll be a lot of times too, like he wouldn't even pay me back. Cause he's like, oh, I pay you back double when you give me back the money. And then sometimes he would pay me back, it was like this week, and another week would go by. And he still try to interact with me on some things like, and this nigga still owe me money. And this nigga tried to be a parent to me, like, not even parent. Like, he'll try to be, you know, cause that bitch would use him as an enforcer. You know, me, and I'll be like, nigga, you owe me money. How dare you try to act like that to me? Like, get the frick out of here. And then too would be her other son. He'll be asking me for you know, he always, I remember this, walking outside these businesses, this plaza, and you know, I was going, I think I was with my wallet, looking at my money for some reason. It was walking aside by them, and I see him, he has glasses, whatever, and he And then she said something about money. She's like, yeah, I know you got money. I said, I ain't got no money. And he's like, yeah, he does. So he got 20s and all that. This nigga looking in my wallet and stuff and telling people what I got. And then this bitch Rose, my biological mother, would go out. And then this bitch who I don't even really be around, like, I wasn't even being around like that before. She is a big blabbermouth bitch. She'll be telling her sister, my aunt, the same bitch who called to have the police to do a wellness check. She'd be like, she'd be telling that bitch, oh yeah, he always got money. Yup, he always got money. Like some haterish, jealous type stuff. Like, he got money. Like, he always got. Like, why the frick is y'all? I'm a child. Like, I was a child, bro. What the frick y'all so worried about a young child with money? Like, I ain't never been so. Like, I can't believe that, man. I can't believe that. All these people with all these professions. They're doctors. The bitch is a podiatrist. My biological mother, a social worker. Her other son is a nurse, licensed practical nurse. Her brother is he's a shady motherfucker too. What does he do? He's a nurse. He's a registered nurse, and then her mother is a nurse as well. And it's just like all these motherfuckers, they got these professions, but they still shiesty. They don't know how to hold on the grip to money. They don't. These narcissists don't know how to hold on the grip to money. They really don't. And they'll brag all day long about these professions and whatnot. But look how they living. Because they'll be the one asking for you. Asking you to try to steal. And they'll steal you, and they're thieves. So, with this, with that, with that. Shut the frick up, bitch. You ain't impressing nobody, ho. That's all these little arrogant, the biggest and the most arrogant faggots are the motherfuckers who talking about who want to put their degrees and all this school type stuff. Because I'm going to tell you like this, nigga. In order to get into school, nigga, you got to kiss ass. You got to kiss ass and never get ahead. Freaking fags. School wasn't working for me because even though I was a very studious student, it didn't matter fact because if you didn't kiss ass, you wasn't going to make it above. If you weren't the ass kissing type, you were not going to make it. And it's another thing too is they treat males different than they treat females. That's for a fact. That's another reason why within the original inhabitants of America, there are more females who are educated. And I said the word educated because look up the etymology of the word educated. Educate. It is the teaching of animals. This is why they go to school, they tell you to walk in a straight line. Here, stay, roll over here, eat, sleep, stay. It's that, because they act as an animal. You want to challenge me? Go look it up, man. Go look it up, then come back and comment on this video. See what that is. You know what I'm saying? Yo, this sun is just looking right, yo. Dang. I got a sun gauge for sure. I was trying to sun gauge, but like I said, it was getting cold and this dog, it was getting a little chillier. You know what I'm saying? But this dog was wanted to whine. As soon as I cut the camera on, I don't know, I think he hears me talking or whatnot. But that's why. I look beautiful. These narcissists, all this stuff with the professions, all this. And look at that. Like, they try to make themselves so supreme, and people think the narcissist so powerful. Why are they doing all this? To try to get a hold of you, try to get in contact with you. Man, F them. They're freaking losers. Freaking garbage ass losers. Try to invade in your life. They have no life themselves. This is why they can sit there and call the front desk, hotel people, and sit there and call back. And what you mean you're gonna get this? And then I found out today, different front desk worker today, she said that apparently she had called and said, I don't know what type of hotel it is. I don't know what type of place this is where you can't give out the information of who it is, and whatever. She's like, this is a hotel. And this is another narcissist telling that. Like, what the frick? Like, I mean, like, and it's a laugh, like, that's funny. I thought it was funny because apparently remember she had to cuss her out and tell her that, you know, like, she's a property manager, that. I'm like, man, F these bum ass bitches, like, and look at that, she's getting her aunt, her sister. I mean, shoot, they're just, you know, dead motherfuckers. They got no lives. These motherfuckers don't care about your wellness. They don't. And if you talking about, man, maybe you should go back. No, nigga, don't ever go back. I mean, these motherfuckers are garbage. They're losers. I mean, I got a notification the other day. I got some comment that we had commented on somebody else. And they said, oh, how they're 41 days strong from a narcissist. They said how they miss her. and they're thinking about wanting to go back. I said, man, think about right now why the reasons why you want to, how this person felt, what they did to you, what they did. And sometimes, the writing too, they like to hijack things. We all have stuff, them stealing journals, going through journals, tearing things out, moving things out. So this is what you do, is you do like I'm doing, hold your camera phone, hold a camera, and you film yourself explaining your story. And then when you get a chance, you can play back, because I watch it in advance. I watch this playback in further advance, but you watch the playback and you see and listen to that, because then you get out of perspective, like, oh my gosh, did I really sound like that? Was I really going to do that? That doesn't even sound right. Another thing too is, I put my stuff online too. I get other people's feedback. But if you're not voted under the feedback online, but I do think, the fact that you come into your senses, that's for sure. And, and another thing too, I think people talk, is another thing is about, going no contact, getting your plan and whatnot. And sometimes a lot of times the narcissist is they're just so intrusive, just their energy alone. I've said that, being in the same room, you can't even think straight around these motherfuckers. So what you have to do is you got to leave that room. You have to leave them. So sometimes your first plan, if you try to make a plan, because I have written them out, and the plan was just a lot more difficult because I thought someone who I can contact who was really a narcissist. And it was another aunt of mine on my biological father's side, because the aunt that was calling, who had to call the police, was the aunt on my biological mother's side. And you see how these narcissists, they replicate each other. They replicate each other. They replicate each other, even on the same side with their relatives. If that ain't steep, I don't know what is. You hear me? And okay, I was making sure the video didn't end yet. But like I said, these narcissists, they replicate each other on the same freaking side. Like, yeah, that's why it's like, if you would, instead of see one parent's a narcissist, highly likely the other one is. Because I just listen to people, I'm like, how did this person react? What did they do? Because I mean, if they just got this victim mentality, because you got to be careful with that victim mentality, because really, from one parent, it's really a covert narcissist, and a covert narcissist is worse. But shoot, man, this is but yeah, man, these narcissists, they are no lives, and you make sure you guys stay out of, just continue to grow, continue to grow, because look at that, look how much they're trying to do to be a part of your life. But like I said, you guys film this too, and you guys listen to what's said, listen how you feeling. Like, do you want to feel like that? You want to feel like that the rest of your life like that? The narcissist needs you. Look how much they doing this. They call it a hotel, threatening them, telling their doctors and nurses that they need it in order to transfer me a phone call. What the frick? Just a phone call, just to hear your freaking voice? Don't give these motherfuckers your presence. And by the way, too, I did express on the previous video is that my biological father, he changed his car on the building, on the other side of the building, the day, what was it? Oh, was it the day after? The day after the police came. Yeah. And now he changed it back, because it was on the police, but now it was on the other side, but now it was on the side of my building, but now it's on the other side where he usually has it at. Come on now. Like, these no-life losers, you got to realize the narcissists are working together, man. F them. I think I'm spending too much quote-unquote time here. These fags, they can't get to me. So what the frick they want to do? They wanted to, what do they want to do? They want to sit there and call the hotel numbers and try to get inside. Like, come on, how cheesy, how much of a cornball, lameball losers are these motherfuckers? But we're going to be out of here soon. I still want to keep y'all up to date. It's still keep your mind straight. That's one of the things the narcissists hate, is that you have the resilience. You will never give up. That's because the narcissists, they gave up on their dreams. They gave up on life. They're losers. This is why they want to destroy you. They want to reap your soul. They want to reap your energy. Yeah, they're real vile. They're real vile. But another thing, too, I was talking about is that, look, if the reason why you have to leave the narcissist, is just leave because You know, sometimes, you know, you can't even think in the same room as the narcissist. You have to freaking leave. You have to freaking leave it, because like you may have a plan, but it's just like they're so disruptive. The first plan should get the frick out of there. Like, you know, just get the frick out of there. But of course, you know, think about a plan if you can, but you just got to get the frick out of here, because sometimes it's so, you're not, you know, these people are so intrusive, they disturb your clarity. This is another thing why they always try to leech on you. I never get it. A mother fricker who didn't like me so much, my biological father, but boom, he's starting to boom in, walk in the hotel room, trying to be in the same room as me and whatever, and always speed walking, looking around, looking at I'm like, dang, bitch, it ain't much stuff in here, bitch. What the frick you looking at? You know, get the frick you looking at. So, anyways, it ain't too much stuff in here. So what the frick you looking at? You hear me? But always wanted to be around me and stuff. Like, this nigga thought it was a joke. Like, he'd be sitting next to me in the same bed, and this nigga would look at me like, and he'd just laugh. Like, this nigga don't know how close it was, man. So very glad we're out there. But I mean, these Negroids are losers. Freaking losers, man. Freaking losers. They ain't got no life, no substance, cuz. No freaking substance. They're dying for you to be back in your life. I mean, this nigga don't even know. They don't even know how close. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up. But if you guys want to talk to somebody who's actually been through this and knows how, hey, book a consultation. DM us on Instagram at healingthroughinspiration. If you're not following us there already, make sure you guys go do that. Or you can just send us an email at info@healingthroughinspiration with the subject consultation or coaching, whatever pertaining to the subject matter. Of course, check out the links in the description. This is you know, lockdown times, whatever. People not really working as much, and I mean, cities, flights restrictions and whatnot. So we got to talk about how we're gonna get some money, and whatnot. You know, and this, especially if we're gonna live in this society, you need to have a business. You want to know how to start a business? We got a course for that in the description box. Make sure you guys go check that out. At least sign up for it and get with it. See somebody walking towards me. I seen it for too long over here. It's another sign I need to leave. But anyways, like I said, yeah, make sure you hit the like button, comment, subscribe, share, and just tell me if there's any ways that you guys can relate, and what other things that you do differently in a situation, or did you do the same? I really want to hear you guys share and express your story on this or something like this, because you know, a lot of people feel rather alone in this. They don't know, so this is why I kind of reach out. I reach out to people and I let them know, hey, this is it. Another thing too is I'm an original inhabitant. I'm American. You know, American people, they always try to say that, oh, that's just your family. You know, you can't turn your back on family. Well, first of all, F a family. And I'm one of the first ones to say that. Look up the etymology of the word family. It pertains to a household of slaves or indentured servants. I do not subscribe to be of any of that. So F that, if anything. And you don't have to be around toxic people simply because they only had, they're related to you, they had unprotected sex, that related to you, that's it. But yeah, be mindful too. And I wanted another thing, so I'm going to do an add-on. The other person at the front desk, she's a narcissist. She turned on trust. I'll say that, you know, when I did trust her with information before. This is the one who I talked to today at the front. But the thing is that when she ended up turning her trust, my trust, I should say, it was just like, I stopped talking to her for a while, but now she wants to talk to me. But it's just kind of like, you wait the front desk, I'm here and I have to pay. I got to pay, so that's pretty much it. And I think she kind of seen it as a joke as far as when they're dealing with the narcissist, how they wanted to be involved and whatnot. Like how they kept trying to, you know, call in the front desk or whatever to try to get a hold of me and stuff. But just do be mindful, and I mean, like, you know, still try to keep it as arm's reach, and maybe I think things are a little close because I make certain payments on the room. So, but anyways, I just wanted to fill y'all in a little bit with that. And you know, this memory likes to go, but I think it's just time for it to go as well. Hope you have a great one. Drop your feedback. Peace, love, and light. Oh, feathers up too. I forgot to say that. I haven't done that in a while. Feathers up. We got our feathers still. We're not just talking. We actually live in American pride. Peace, love, and light.